America sees 2.8 million in crypto. Workday is the latest Salesforce victim. North Korea targets diplomats, and an Apple 0 day is being exploited to steal your crypto. Welcome back to Cyber Attack Sunday. This week is mighty technical, so if you get lost, check out the latest in cyber on Substack for each article and source. Starting the week off strong, the Department of Justice seized over $2.8 million in cryptocurrency from alleged Zeppelin ransomware operator Yanis Antrophenko, marking a major blow against ransomware financing. HR software giant Workday then disclosed a breach after attackers exploited a third-party Salesforce CRM system, potentially exposing personal data of customers in a growing wave of supply chain attacks. A 26-year-old UK hacker who claimed responsibility for breaching over 3,000 websites has been sentenced to 20 months in prison after pleading guilty to multiple offenses. A newly identified Chinese APT group compromised Taiwanese web hosting providers, gaining long-term access to critical infrastructure and high-value targets. UK telecom giant Colt confirmed customer data was stolen after a Warlock ransomware attack, which also caused major outages and led to stolen files being auctioned on the dark web. Researchers uncovered a malicious Python package called TermColor that spread via a hidden dependency, while NPM was also hit by attacks injecting remote access malware. Python package index maintainers have blocked over 1,800 accounts tied to expired domains to prevent account takeovers and reduce the risk of supply chain attacks. More than 870 N-able and central servers remain unpatched against two actively exploited vulnerabilities, leaving systems exposed to potential takeover. A popular NPM package, Slint Config Prettier, was compromised in a phishing campaign to distribute scavenger rat to unsuspecting developers, a novel 5G attack dubbed SNI5Ject that lets attackers intercept mobile traffic and cause disruptions without fake towers. A global malware campaign is spreading via infected USB drives, using DLL hijacking and PowerShell scripts to secretly install cryptocurrency miners. Hackers are exploiting a patched Windows vulnerability, CVE 2025-29824, in the CLFS component to deploy pipe magic malware in RansomX ransomware attacks. The source code for version 3 of the Ermac Android banking Trojan has leaked, exposing the infrastructure of its malware-as-a-service platform. A Nebraska man was sentenced to 1 year in prison for defrauding cloud providers of $3.5 million to mine cryptocurrency worth nearly $1 million. The Noodlephile information-stealing malware is now spreading globally through spear phishing emails disguised as copyright infringement notices. North Korean hackers impersonated diplomats in spear phishing emails, using GitHub-hosted malware to target foreign embassies in South Korea. Insurance giant Allianz Life confirmed a July breach tied to Salesforce that exposed the personal data of 1.1 million customers. Over 28,000 ToorInet customers were affected after attackers accessed an order management system, forcing parent company TPG Telecom to investigate. South Yorkshire police were reprimanded after mistakenly deleting 96,000 pieces of body cam footage and other digital evidence. The UK government has dropped plans to force Apple to add an encryption backdoor following pushback from US officials and civil liberties advocates. Yes, I consider the war on data privacy as a cyber attack by our own governments. In a clear reminder that if it's free, you are the product, researchers found that FreeVPN.1, a long-standing Chrome VPN extension, was secretly updated to function as spyware. Bragg Gaming Group confirmed hackers accessed internal systems, though it reported no disruption to its operations. The Business Council of New York State revealed attackers stole personal, financial, and health data of over 47,000 individuals in a February breach. Researchers observed attackers exploiting a Linux cloud vulnerability and then patching it themselves to keep out other hackers. The Canadian Investment Regulatory Organization, CIRO, confirmed a cyber attack exposed personal data from its member organizations. Research ties scam compounds in Southeast Asia, which have stolen billions through online fraud, to nearly 500 child sextortion cases. Indiana-based pharmaceutical company Innotiv said hackers encrypted systems and data in a ransomware attack, disrupting business operations. A newly discovered remote access Trojan named GodRat is spreading through malicious screensaver files sent over Skype, aimed at financial firms. A database linked to an Ohio medical cannabis card service leaked sensitive records, including social security numbers, IDs, and health data. Hackers are exploiting a 2-year-old Apache ActiveMQ bug to install drip-dropper malware on Linux cloud systems, and then patch it to block rivals. The Department of Justice charged an Oregon man with running the RapperBot DDoS for Hire botnet, responsible for more than 37,000 cyber attacks. The Better Business Bureau warned that scammers are luring executives and influencers into fraudulent podcast schemes. Researchers found the Warlock ransomware group using a post-compromise exploit in unpatched SharePoint servers to spread globally. CERT-CC disclosed vulnerabilities in Workhorse software that exposed sensitive municipal data before patches were released. Researchers discovered attackers embedding malicious QR codes into legitimate ones, tricking users into phishing sites. 6 major password managers were discovered to have clickjacking flaws that could expose logins, credit cards, and two-factor authentication codes. A new report shows mule operators in the Middle East, Turkey, and Africa evolving from VPN tactics to sophisticated fraud schemes. Attackers are abusing legitimate Office.com links combined with ADFS redirects to phish Microsoft 365 credentials. The FBI said Russian group Static Tundra is exploiting a 7-year-old Cisco iOS vulnerability to spy on telecom, education, and manufacturing firms. Researchers showed that Perplexity's Comet AI browser can be manipulated into buying fake items and interacting with malicious prompts. Apple released emergency updates to fix CVE 2025-43300, a 0-day in the ImageIO framework actively exploited in targeted attacks on iPhones, iPads, and Macs. The Department of Justice dismantled the rapper bot DDoS for Hire botnet and charged a 22-year-old Oregon man accused of running the operation. Cybercriminals are exploiting AI-powered website generator Lovable to mass-produce phishing pages, malware sites, and scam portals. Europol confirmed that a Telegram channel offering a $5,000 bounty for Chilean ransomware hackers was a hoax created to mislead journalists and researchers. Noah Urban, a 20-year-old member of the Scattered Spider cybercrime group, was sentenced to 10 years in prison and ordered to pay $13 million in restitution for crypto theft and SIM swapping crimes. Orange Belgium confirmed hackers stole data of 85,000 customers in July, including SIM details that could be used in SIM swapping fraud. Researchers identified a new malware loader, dubbed Quirky Loader, delivering Agent Tesla, Asyncrat, Snake Keylogger, and other malicious payloads through spam campaigns. Russian APT group Static Tundra is exploiting a 7-year-old Cisco Smart Install bug to target critical infrastructure, telecom, and education organizations. Threat actors are using a tactic called click fix, deploying fake CAPTCHA pages to trick users and deliver the cornflake.v3 backdoor as part of access for hire schemes. A former developer was sentenced to 4 years in prison for planting a kill switch and custom malware that sabotaged his ex-employer's network after his departure. Over 300 entities were targeted between June and August with Atomic macOS Stealer malware delivered through malicious ads. Kidney dialysis giant DaVita confirmed that hackers stole the personal and health data of nearly 2.7 million individuals in a ransomware breach. CPAP Medical Supplies and Services disclosed a December 2024 intrusion that exposed sensitive personal and medical data of 9,000 people. Interpol's Operation Serengeti 2.0 resulted in 1,209 arrests across 18 African nations, recovering 97.4 million and dismantling over 11,000 malicious infrastructures. Researchers observed hackers using virtual private servers, VPS, to conduct coordinated attacks against SaaS platforms by masking malicious logins. Chinese espionage group Murky Panda, Silk Typhoon, exploited trusted cloud relationships and vulnerabilities in Citrix and Commvault to hack downstream enterprise customers. A new Mac-focused malware dubbed Shamos is spreading through fake troubleshooting guides that trick users into installing an info stealer. Pakistani state-sponsored group APT36 is deploying malware via malicious Linux.desktop files in attacks targeting Indian government and defense entities. Researchers uncovered campaigns exploiting GeoServer vulnerabilities and exposed Redis servers, using them for botnets, proxies, and cryptocurrency mining. And that's it. Did I miss anything? What stories do you want me to dive into this week? Let me know in the comments. Latest in Cyber, out. For the full rundown, check out the latest in Cyber on YouTube or Substack.